So if you're watching this, look at what you're doing to the kid, man. Talk was definitely worth the money. You know how they was like, yo, would you take the talk or the money? It was definitely worth it. We were just saying, you know, like, to believe in yourself and just always, like, follow, like, what's in your heart. Like, not what no one else is saying or anything. Just do what's in your heart.
It appears Diddy's own son, Justin Combs, is ready to spill some serious tea. And it's about none other than Jay Z and Beyoncé.
Just always, like, follow, like, what's in your heart.
Justin's saying Hov and Bey straight up abandoned Diddy like he was disposable and left him to take the fall.
Your advice would be say no to the 500 grand and take the dinner with Hov.
Definitely take the dinner with Hov.
And guess what? Justin claims they've done worse dirt than Diddy, only nobody's talking about it yet. So is he fed up with their silence? Could Justin really be about to expose Jay and Bey's secrets? If true, this could shake the industry to its core. Justin's accusations aren't just stirring the pot. They're threatening to blow the lid off some of the most guarded secrets in the industry. If you think Diddy's arrest is just a random event, think again. This could be part of a much bigger game, one where the real players, people like Jay Z and Beyoncé, are making sure they stay untouchable. And Justin's not holding back. He's hinting that these two might have their hands dirtier than anyone ever suspected. But 50 predicted it long ago.
Jay Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce.
Think about it. Diddy has always been a titan in the game, just like Jay. But now that Diddy's name is in the headlines for all the wrong reasons, where are his friends? Jay Z and Diddy have had each other's backs for years. So why did Jay and Bey go radio silent the second things got hot for Diddy? Could it be that they were waiting for the right moment to distance themselves? Justin's suggesting exactly that. Diddy's being sacrificed to protect others higher up the food chain. Jay and Beyoncé have carefully crafted their public personas. They're seen as untouchable, above the drama, and squeaky clean. But what if that's all just smoke and mirrors? Some folks are even speculating that Jay Z used Diddy's downfall to shield himself, diverting attention from his own past dealings. Remember, these are people who've built empires, and you don't reach that level without getting your hands dirty. What if Diddy, with all his controversies, became the perfect target to deflect the heat?
I mean, that's what music gives you the power to do. And I think that, you know, once you're ready to share it with your fans in the world, then nobody could judge it.
Here's where things get wild. Justin might know exactly what kind of skeletons Jay and Bey are hiding. Insiders are whispering that the couple has been involved in some high-stakes business moves that would make the headlines explode if exposed. Think secret partnerships, offshore accounts, and hush-hush favors to powerful people. And let's not forget the rumors about backdoor dealings in the music industry, shady contracts, payoffs, and artists being blackballed or controlled. With Justin ready to snitch, all of that might come out. If he spills the tea, Jay Z and Beyoncé could be forced to answer for things they thought were long buried. And what's stopping Justin from exposing their dirty laundry? After all, he's grown up in those circles. He's seen the kind of things that don't make it into interviews or documentaries. We've all seen them linked up with Diddy on countless occasions, whether it's business deals, private events, or those mysterious meetings behind closed doors. Now, with Diddy facing these brutal charges, the big question is, were they in on it too?
Other names are going to come out. Sean will talk. That's why Jay Z is running.
Could this be the end of music's power couple as we know it? Are Jay and Bey about to face the same harsh allegations as Diddy? And if so, what secrets have they been hiding all this time? Let's find out. Diddy, who got hit with some serious charges this week, racketeering, conspiracy, and STF-icking, has pleaded not guilty and is staying behind bars until his federal trial in New York. So what's next for the 54-year-old music mogul? And what about the employees and associates who were allegedly involved in this whole mess? Damian Williams, the U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, the guy who brought the indictment, was pretty vague when asked if more charges might be coming for Diddy or anyone else. "I can't rule anything out. Anything's possible," Williams said. "The investigation is very active and ongoing. And if you know anything about how this office works, you know developments are definitely on the horizon. But I can't say for sure right now." Apparently, several of Combs' former employees have been chatting with prosecutors, according to someone close to the investigation. Word is at least one male S-worker is expected to testify soon, and the witnesses' stories go even deeper than what's in this week's indictment. Prosecutors say they've already interviewed over 50 victims and witnesses so far.
Low level would be, let's just say, the housekeeper who picked up after one of the sex parties. But a high-level enabler would be someone who lured the women to come into the parties.
Medrano hinted that Diddy might not have been the only big name involved. It's likely Combs wasn't the only famous face in the room.
I have no doubt that perhaps there are some other high-level celebrities, high-profile individuals who attended these parties, participated in them.
50 Cent's been talking about Diddy's case, and it seems like there's more to it than just throwing shade at Diddy. Why? Because it ties back to his long-running beef with Jay Z. Jay Z has this knack for staying in the spotlight, and no matter what's going on, he always finds a way to grab headlines. Ever since he hit it big, the media's been all over him, like his life's a constant soap opera full of drama that people can't get enough of. Now, for over 20 years, 50 Cent and Jay Z have been in this back-and-forth beef that just won't die. It all started in 1999 when 50 called Jay out on his track, How to Rob. Jay Z didn't take that lightly and fired back with a line in his song, It's Hot, Some Like It Hot, saying, I'm about $1. What the F is 50 cents? People thought Jay was trying to shut 50 down right from the jump. Things got even spicier when 50 responded with Be a Gentleman, telling Jay Z to watch what you say. That track dropped in 2002 on 50's mixtape Guess Who's Back. And ever since then, the tension between these two has been real. So when 50 Cent talks about Diddy, it's not just about Diddy. It's about keeping the beef alive with Jay Z too. After all, in the hip-hop world, the drama runs deep.
Jay walked in the studio. He said it before, but I'm telling you how impactful it was. He walked in the studio and he was like, yo, this dude 50, y'all gonna have to deal with him in the next couple months. He said it to the whole crew.
50 Cent's revelations seem to paint Jay Z as someone who will stop at nothing to stay on top, and honestly, given Jay's history, it's not too surprising. He's been tied to all sorts of shady dealings beyond just questionable business moves. So when 50 throws accusations his way, it's easy for some to believe there's more beneath the surface. What adds even more fuel to the fire is the fact that despite 50 Cent being one of the biggest selling rappers in history, he's never won a Grammy. And 50 hasn't been quiet about it either. He's made it clear he thinks the industry has been rigged against him from the start. On the other hand, Jay Z's out here with 24 Grammy Awards to his name, and there's been speculation that 50 believes Jay's powerful connections and influence might be part of the reason he's been snubbed so often. It's a wild dynamic. 50 Cent's throwing shade not just because of their long-standing beef, but because he truly feels like Jay's been playing the game on a whole different level, using every trick in the book to stay at the top.
The content is similar to what I would do. They didn't recognize mine. They gave me Grammys when I was with them, when I'm on records with them and them. Other than that,
As 50 Cent went through his career, he started feeling like the music industry played favorites. And Jay Z was definitely one of them. He believed Jay's success overshadowed his own, sparking a rivalry that's lasted for years. Even with all of Jay Z's Grammy wins, 50 didn't back down. He's been vocal about how he thinks the system's rigged and biased, but instead of staying quiet, he kept pushing back, doing his own thing, and proving he could make a mark in the industry despite it all.
I don't see them actually want to accomplish having enough. You know what creates cool around you now?
The timeline of Jay Z and 50 Cent's relationship is definitely complicated. Even now, 50 Cent still seems to have some lingering feelings towards Hov, but he's also come to realize that maybe the issue isn't just with Jay Z himself. Despite their ups and downs, 50 hints that the real source of tension between them might be something deeper, something neither of them can fully put a finger on. Even Jay Z. It's like there's an underlying mystery to their rivalry that's never really been solved.
Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I, with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. You saying, told Jay, he was telling me.
In stark contrast to the complexities of Jay Z and 50 Cent's relationship, last year's Super Bowl was all about unity and celebration. 50 Cent hit the stage, performing alongside some of his favorite rap legends like Eminem, Snoop Dogg, and Kendrick Lamar. The vibe was electric, and it got even better when Mary J. Blige joined them on stage. It was a star-studded event that showed the power of music to bring people together, even amidst personal rivalries.
That was big. Like, look, Dre, that's Dre too. You see what I'm saying? It's Dre and really M, because he wouldn't do it without me.
In a recent interview with Big Boy's Neighborhood, 50 Cent opened up about some interesting insights into the events that have been unfolding since last year. Despite both him and Jay Z building massive hip-hop empires, their relationship has never been particularly close. This became clear when 50 suggested that Jay Z might have intentionally left him out of the commercial for the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show. Fifth said, "I got the call before the Pepsi ad went up. I wasn't in the ad because of Jay Z and them putting it together." When asked if his exclusion was intentional, 50 responded, "No, I think they were saying the NFL had some issues with me. I don't know what those issues are. What is the issue? You see what I'm saying?" 50 Cent also took a shot at Jay Z's recent look, comparing it to the style of artist Jean-Michel Basquiat, saying, "You imagine yourself after a gay painter. Big homie want to look like a gay painter." The Super Bowl show was part of Jay Z's multi-year deal with the NFL, which he signed back in 2019. Interestingly, Jay Z, Beyoncé, and Diddy have been spotted together more often, with rapper DaBaby revealing on Club Shay Shay that he even met Beyoncé at one of Diddy's parties.
Beyonce, I was at a party at Diddy crib in LA. This was the beginning of 2020.
And people speculated that if she was at Diddy's party, she might be one of Diddy's alleged accomplices. Additionally, reports are now suggesting that during the investigation, federal agents have found some links to Jay Z regarding this lawsuit. And the beans are spilled by none other than Jaguar. Jaguar's spilling the beans about supposed leaked footage from Diddy's crib and what really goes down there. We've all heard rumors about Diddy's legendary parties and how they can get pretty crazy, but Wright's dropping some serious tea that takes it up a notch.
That's the money guy. That's where Diddy was getting all of his funds from.
Jaguar Wright has added a thought-provoking perspective to ongoing discussions about Aaliyah's tragic passing. According to her, at the time of Aaliyah's death, Beyoncé faced obstacles in her solo career and needed a breakthrough moment to achieve superstardom, which allegedly came through Jay Z's influence. Aaliyah's untimely demise, as Jaguar suggests, provided that critical opportunity, solidifying Beyoncé's position as a beloved figure in music. As memories of Aaliyah begin to fade, concerns have arisen about how long certain individuals will continue benefiting from recurring tragedies. There's a growing call for accountability for any potential wrongdoing, with fans rallying behind Jaguar for her outspoken defense of their cherished songstress. They advocate for justice to prevail in Aaliyah's memory. This is not the first time Beyoncé and Jay Z have collaborated for controlling artists. It was also allegedly disclosed by Uncle Ron himself that Beyoncé and Jay cannot stand anybody who is more successful than them.
Jay Z wanted him out of the industry, period, so he could take over and be the biggest hip-hop artist.
Looks like Jay Z's crimes have no end. He is again being discussed in Kathy White's death case. Remember a few years back when everyone was gossiping about Jay Z supposedly having a side chick named Kathy White while he was married to Bey? Yeah, well, here's where it gets juicy. Apparently, news came out that Kathy had kicked the bucket. Crazy, right? That sent the rumor mill into overdrive with all sorts of theories flying around. Evidence he wasn't that much, which even may have made him involved in a M. It's surprising that there's hardly any information about Jay Z's alleged mistress, Kathy White, who reportedly died under mysterious circumstances in 2011. However, journalist Liz Crone just set off a social media firestorm by claiming she had a conversation with Kathy before her death. Liz is now dropping hints that Jay Z's time might be up. Adding fuel to the fire, old blog posts resurfaced with eyewitness accounts claiming they saw Kathy with Jay Z and Diddy. With all these allegations swirling around Diddy, fans are speculating that Jay Z could be the next target.
You want to know what makes Diddy being publicly shamed like this so left?
But what's the story about Kathy White? How did she die? And what does Liz Corkin know about Jay Z? Let's break it down. All right, so back in early September 2011, there was some buzz in the local news and celeb blogs about this young woman named Kathy Coriana White. Some outlets even went as far as calling her Jay Z's supposed mistress. But guess what? The big media outlets were too busy fawning over Beyonce's surprise pregnancy announcement. So Kathy's death kind of flew under the radar for most people. Sneaky, right?
The night's biggest moment, of course, was Beyoncé's pregnancy revelation. First, with some of the press outside the theater before the show.
According to the article, Kathy Coriana White, who is known as a fitness and beauty expert, was discovered dead in her Manhattan apartment on September 2nd. She had graduated from Howard University and had contributed to various online publications. Plus, she was the big boss as the CEO of her own public relations firm called White Label PR. Now, the report said the cause of her death was an aneurysm. That's pretty tragic, especially for someone so young and successful. However, seemingly Kathy had some drama with the blogs the year before her passing. Hollywood Street King, one of the OG celeb gossip bloggers, spilled the tea claiming that she was Jay Z's side piece. Rumors started swirling after Kathy and model Claudia Jordan were supposedly seen at a Las Vegas nightclub, chilling at a table with Jay Z and Diddy or Puff Daddy or whatever he's calling himself these days. So all these allegations were mainly highlighted by Jaguar Wright, and that is why people are speculating that it may lead feds to raid Jay's house, as they did with Diddy and Joe also seem to agree on this. One person wrote, "Absolutely heartbroken. I worked in domestic violence for years. These experiences happen all too often and go on for years. This type of especially with this kind of power dynamic, takes years to break free from and longer to recover from." One more person went on saying, "Damn, we are in the season of revelation. A lot is coming to light in such a short period of time. I wish Cassie strength and healing during this time. We all know how Jay Z and Beyoncé abuse their power. They've done it before, and it looks like they're doing it again to wiggle out of this mess. Whenever things get too real, they always find a way to make the narrative disappear. And this time, same playbook, different chapter." When Jaguar Wright made that explosive appearance on Piers Morgan's show, she didn't hold back. She dropped some never-before-heard truths about the industry, alleging everything from shady business deals to personal scandals involving the power couple. The claims were so incendiary that they sent shockwaves through Hollywood, leaving everyone buzzing about what might come next.
Who allegedly would have said anything to keep Tory Lanez from telling people that she ain't all woman.
She's taken aim at big names like Diddy, Beyonce, Jay Z, Justin Bieber, and more. But she really didn't hold back when she blasted Diddy and Jay Z, calling them both monsters, and claiming she's been trying to expose them for years. And now that Diddy's facing some serious heat, what with his recent arrest and federal indictment, people are finally starting to listen to what she's been saying all along. Jaguar went off, saying she's been screaming for 4 years about their shady dealings, but no one seemed to care until the cuffs came out for Diddy. Suddenly, it's like everyone's ears are wide open and they're finally paying attention.
I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
Her accusations have painted a vivid picture of a dark underbelly in the industry, and it's becoming harder to ignore. Jaguar's not just throwing around accusations for fun, she's backing it up with years of frustration and the feeling that she's been on this lonely crusade. With Diddy now under the spotlight, her claims are taking on a new weight.
What do you think happened with Kim
Keeping people against their will. Putting people on planes while they're unconscious, just like Aaliyah got on that plane.
But it didn't stop there. Jaguar shifted her focus to Jay Z, and let's just say she had some choice words for him too. She called out the Roc Nation mogul for staying silent during the entire Diddy scandal, feeling that he's trying to keep a low profile and dodge any accountability. According to Jaguar, he's deeply connected to all the drama, but is just pretending everything is fine while the world around him goes crazy. Like, how can someone that powerful just ignore what's going on around him?
I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jaguar might be a smaller fry in the industry, but that just makes her an easier target. It's not like this is her first run-in with drama or even the law. She's always been a bit of a wild card, unafraid to go after the big dogs, even if it puts her in a risky spot. Her tenacity is impressive, but you have to wonder if it's also a little reckless. Still, she's not the only one brave enough to take shots at her peers. But then, just like that, Piers issued a sudden apology. Like, an apology right after such a viral moment?
Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored. Like the proverbial cries of fire in a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. And we apologise to Jay Z and Beyoncé.
The streets are saying it wasn't just Piers having second thoughts. It may have been the power couple pulling strings behind the scenes, making sure the damage didn't spread any further. Some insiders are whispering that Jay and Bey might have had their legal team on speed dial, sending threats to Piers to shut it down or face serious repercussions. After all, these two have a history of getting what they want, and they're not shy about flexing their influence when it comes to protecting their image. Days after the YouTube episode aired, Morgan found himself in hot water and took to the camera to issue an apology on behalf of his media company. He made it clear that they should have checked Jaguar's wild claims, which he admitted were unverified. Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay Z and Beyoncé during that interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact. This whole situation highlights just how far-reaching the influence of the Carters really is. Even a high-profile journalist like Piers Morgan feels the need to backtrack and apologize when their names come up. It's a clear message: mess with Jay and Bey, and you might find yourself having to do some serious damage control. As the saga unfolds, it's evident that no one wants to step into the ring with this powerhouse couple, especially when they're backed by a legal team ready to swing into action at a moment's notice. But why is Justin speaking now? The timing of Justin's threats has everyone asking, why is he coming forward now? Some speculate that he's tired of watching his dad take all the heat while others skate by untouched. Maybe Diddy knows too much, and the powers that be decided it was time to push him out before he became a liability. Or maybe Justin feels betrayed, not just by the system, but by the very people who were supposed to be family, Jay and Bey. There are even wilder theories floating around that Jay Z and Beyoncé have been consolidating power behind the scenes for years. Could they have been planning to edge Diddy out all along? If so, this isn't just about personal betrayal. It's about power, influence, and control over the industry. And Justin's snitching might be the first crack in a very well-constructed facade. So what happens if Justin talks? If Justin really lets everything out, this could be one of the biggest scandals the music world has ever seen. We're not just talking about tarnished reputations. This could lead to legal battles, investigations, and people being dragged into the spotlight who were never supposed to be there. If Jay and Beyoncé have skeletons in their closet, Justin seems ready to air them all out. And if the industry has taught us anything, it's that when the powerful are threatened, they fight back hard. Could Justin's boldness put him in danger? Or will he become the spark that forces the truth to finally come out? One thing's for sure, this isn't just about Diddy, Jay Z, or even Beyoncé. It's about who really pulls the strings in the entertainment industry and what they'll do to stay on top. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.